I'm Dan Bennett, president of D.B.C. Solutions, where we transform the space you live in to a place you'll love to be in. Today, I'm going to take a minute to answer the top 10 most frequently asked kitchen remodeling questions that we get. Here we go. How long will it take to remodel my kitchen? That's a great question. If we're just doing a basic kitchen remodel where we're replacing the cabinets, countertops, and appliances, but not opening up the walls or moving things around, then we're in and out in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. However, if we are knocking down walls or rearranging the layout of your kitchen, it gets a bit more complex, and it can take 3 months or longer. For a better answer to this question, give us a call with a little bit of details about what you want to do, and then we can give you a better idea of how long it might take. How much can I expect to spend on my new kitchen remodel? This is also a great question and a complex one. There's a lot of elements that go into determining the cost of your kitchen remodel. But as a general rule of thumb, you can expect to spend between 10 and 17% of the overall value of your home. This is going to give you the optimum return on investment in the event that you decide to sell your house down the road. How can I keep the cost of my kitchen remodel down? The short answer here is keep it simple. So let's start with the layout of your kitchen. If we keep the layout as it is now, then prevents us from opening up walls or doing any major electrical or plumbing changes, and that will keep the cost down. The second way is by cabinet selection. You can choose from stock cabinets, semi-custom cabinets, fully custom cabinets. Stock cabinets are readily available, and they cost less, but your door selection and colors are going to be limited. Third one we'll talk about is flooring. There's so many options when it comes to flooring, from high-end tiles with heat in them, all the way down to some luxury vinyl plank, which is very common and popular. That's a way to keep the cost down right there. The next one that we'll talk about is fixtures. Again, there is a gamut of fixtures that you can select from. And you can use some fixture selection to keep your costs down. But the most important thing that I want to talk about here is back to your home's value and making sure that your renovation matches your home's value, so that you get that return on investment when it applies. Number 4 most frequently asked kitchen remodeling question is, how do I go about designing my new kitchen? Well, at D.B.C. Solutions, we do the design for you in-house. So that starts with us coming out, doing an on-site design consultation, getting to know you and how you want your new space to look and feel. We have you make some selections for finishes, cabinetry, flooring, all that stuff. Then we throw all that together for you in a very photorealistic 3D rendering so that you get to see what your new space is going to look like before we ever start doing any work. Now, typically, that is just part of our process, and the cost of that is built into the cost of your kitchen remodeling. But occasionally, we will do that as a standalone service for you. So if you're interested in just getting us to design a kitchen for you, shoot us a phone call, and we can talk about how that works. How do I best plan for an upcoming kitchen remodel project? Well, this is going to depend on the size and scope of the project, as well as the current layout of your house. We'll take some time to work on this with you before we get started. We're going to set up some dust protection and some go-arounds so that you can navigate around your house without going into the construction area. And we're also going to help you set up an auxiliary kitchen with a table, coffee maker, microwave, refrigerator, and supplies so that you can keep your daily routine as close to normal as possible. What are the phases of a kitchen renovation? Well, first, it starts with design and selections. Once we get that out of the way, then we order and receive all your materials. We want to make sure all of those are in stock before we ever start anything, because the last thing we want to do is have delays after your project is started. Once all that's done, then we're going to get to it. We're going to do the demolition, typically done in a day or two. Then we're going to move on to rough-ins, electrical, plumbing, anything that needs to be changed or updated inside the walls. Again, typically a day or two. After that, we send the drywall guy in. He buttons up anything that we made a mess out of, replaces any sheetrock. If it's a bigger project, maybe he's sheetrocking new walls, ceiling, whatever's got to be done to button it up and get it ready for finish. Next, cabinet installation. Cabinet installation usually takes 1 to 2 days, maybe a little bit more on complex kitchens. And as soon as we get those completed, we have the countertop guys come in and do their template. Now, it can take anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks for countertop fabrication and installation. And in that time, you're going to notice that your job project slows down quite a bit. We may be popping in to do some touch-ups during those times, but typically that's a pretty slow part of the process. And as soon as the countertops are installed, then it's time for final finishes. The electrician and the plumber are back in to do all their finals, getting the water turned back on, all that kind of stuff. And then after that, it's really just get it cleaned up and get it turned back over to you so you can enjoy your new space. How do I finance my new kitchen remodel project? We find that most of our clients tend to just use their current financial institutions and do like a home equity line of credit. However, we do offer some third-party financing through a company called Lightstream. And if you're interested in that, just head on over to our website, dbc.solutions. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Look for this financing button here. Click on that, and it'll be self-explanatory from there. What can I expect for a return on investment with my new kitchen remodel project? Well, the basic answer here is about 70 to 75%. Kitchen remodeling is a good one. You get a big return on your investment for kitchen remodeling. But what's really important is you got to make sure that your remodeling project suits the value of your home. If you put too cheap of a kitchen in your house, then you're not going to see that return on investment when you go to sell it. And the same thing applies for the opposite. If you put too high of a value kitchen in your home, same thing. You're just not going to get that same return on investment. So give us a call. Let's talk about your project in particular, and let's make sure that we're maximizing your return on investment. Another one here is, can I live in my house during a kitchen remodel? The answer is absolutely. This goes back to planning. We talked about this earlier, right? We're going to do some proper planning with you to make sure that you can navigate through your home without entering into the construction area, and make sure that you can access everything you need while we're working on the house to just really keep the impact on you and your day-to-day life as minimal as possible. And last but not least, do I need a permit to renovate my kitchen? And the short answer to this question is yes. You need some kind of permit. Typically, if we're just doing a basic replace the cabinets, countertops, appliances, we might not need a building permit per se, but the electrician and plumber is still going to need to pull a permit. And then once we get into those more complex projects, if we're taking down walls, doing structural stuff, we're definitely going to need a permit. And we always go to the town that you live in and present the project to them, and then let them tell us if we need a permit, just to make sure that we're doing everything right every time. All right, so that's a wrap. Those are the 10 most frequently asked kitchen remodeling questions that we get. But guys, don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you have another question that we weren't able to answer here for you, remember that we have a resource center on our website with all kinds of useful information in it. And if we still can't answer that question for you there, then just give us a call, and we'll do the best we can to help you out. All right? Thanks a lot, guys. Looking forward to helping you with your next kitchen remodel project.